Hello and good morning. Well, it's good morning here. Today I'd like to show you a couple of modifications to your yoga practice. My husband's dealing with a shoulder injury, so I thought that this would be a perfect opportunity to show everyone some modifications when you're dealing with a shoulder injury. So let's just see how it goes, and hopefully you can add these modifications to your own yoga practice. So I always bring a couple blocks and maybe a blanket to use in my yoga practice. You never know when you're going to need them for modifications. And we'll just start in a seated position. You crisscross if you like. You can use your blanket or your block and sit it right under you. If you don't have a block, you can always use books or a blanket, towel even. If you'd like, you can cradle your left hand under your right and bring your thumbs together. Maybe draw your shoulders back. You can close your eyes if you like. Or just a soft gaze. Feeling your sits bones on your mat or your block. Relaxing your shoulders, elongating your neck by dipping your chin a bit. Releasing your jaw. Maybe resting your tongue at the roof of your mouth. Relaxing your arms, your fingers, your legs, your hips, your feet, toes. Just focusing on your breath. Your inhale and your exhale. Let's breathe in together and pause for 1, 2, 3, and exhale, and pause for 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. Inhale, pause for 1, 2, 3, and exhale, pause for 1, 2, 3. Again, big inhale, feeling it through your ribs. Pausing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale slowly. Pausing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, big inhale, expanding the rib cage in the back. And pausing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhaling slowly. And pausing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just take a couple more breaths on your own, pausing at the top and pausing at the bottom of your exhale. And as you're taking these breaths, I want you to think about an intention that you'd like to make during your yoga practice today. back to your normal breaths, your normal inhales and exhales. We're going to begin to bring life into our body. Maybe fluttering, opening the eyes. Let's roll our shoulders back. We're going to move our necks around a bit. So let's look to the right. And then forward. Look to the left. And then forward, look up to the sky. And then dipping your chin next to your chest, look down to the floor. Coming back up to neutral. If you have a block underneath, or a blanket, maybe you want to release that right now. And then let's bring your left hand out as much as you can, and then dip your right ear to your right shoulder. Really feeling that stretch in your neck and your shoulder. Continuing to focus on your breath. Bring your left hand back in, and then reach out with your right hand and bring your left ear to left shoulder. Back up to neutral. We're going to bring our head all the way around. So your head is going to dip to your chest, your chin's going to dip to your chest, then you're going to roll left ear to left shoulder, bringing your head back. When you bring your head back, release your jaw, and then roll it over right ear to right shoulder, and then just repeat this on your own, continuing to breathe. Adding breath with your movement. Inhaling, when you dip your neck down, your chin down. Exhaling, when you bring your chin up. Inhale, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. Reverse. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just continue this movement with breath on your own. To a neutral position. Bring your hands to your knees. We're going to do a little cat and cow, but sitting down. So breathing in, we're going to arch our back, heart shines to the stars or to the sky. And exhale, bring your belly button towards your back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, And exhale. Now bringing our back to a neutral position. Let's bring our chest up and over without bringing our arms up because we don't want to further injure our shoulder. So bring our chest up and over, and then your gaze is up to the sky and your chest is towards the sky. Your heart is shining towards the sky. And let's come back to neutral. So bring your chest up and over again. And bring your chest up to the sky so your left shoulder is towards the back just a bit. And your gaze is up. And let's come back to neutral. We're going to come into a hero position. You're going to sit on the heels of your feet. And just feel that right now. How does that feel? If that is too much, please, you can use a block. You can use several blocks. You can sit on your block if that feels better. So you're just in this hero position if you're using a block. Your back is straight. You're activating your core. Roll your shoulders back. Gaze towards the front of your mat. And we're going to come on up, releasing the block. We're going to stretch out our toes a little bit and the backs of our feet. So you're going to bring your toes under, maybe splay those toes out onto your mat. And then if you can, sit right down on your feet. Really feeling that stretch in the bottom of your feet. Your toes. This is a hard stretch. So let's breathe into this. If it's too much, release it. Let's just release without putting any pressure on our shoulders, tapping out those feet. Let's try it again. Heels of your feet. And release and tap it out. Stand up into our mountain pose. So shoulders are back. Feet are hip width apart. And I'll just face you here. So shoulders are back, feet are hip width apart, bending your knees slightly. We're stacking our joints here. So feel your knees on top of your ankles, your hips, stacked on top of your knees, shoulders. And this is an active pose. So you're feeling that energy coming through the bottoms of your feet to the top of your head. If you'd like, please feel free to close your eyes. Really feel that energy shooting out from your fingertips, Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. Coming to the top of our mat, we're going to bring ourselves into a high lunge. So your right foot is going to come back. Your toes, both feet are facing forward. Your back heel is up. Your pelvis is facing forward. So if you need to adjust, make sure that your pelvis is facing forward. You're activating your core. And you're straight, and we are at heart center. If you'd like, you can activate that core, bringing your chest up, gaze up, and just giving yourself just a baby back bend. Bringing your hands to the side, just like we're in mountain pose. Strong arms, feeling the energy. Coming into warrior two, but we're not going to bring our arms up because we don't want to hurt our shoulders anymore. So our back foot is in a 45 degree. Our pelvis now, our torso is facing the side of the mat. Gaze is right over your left foot and your knee is right over your second toe. And let's activate those arms again. Tilting your pelvis forward. Maybe pinching your shoulder blades together. And then coming both feet to the front of the mat and hands into prayer. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's do the other side. So your left foot is going to come back into a high lunge. Arms are by your side, activated. Go into warrior two. So back foot is going to go into a 45 degree. Front knee is still bent. Gaze is over your right shoulder. Your pelvis is tilted forward. Pinching those shoulder blades together. Activating your abdomen. Breathe in and breathe out. And let's bring both feet to the top of your mat in prayer position. Nice. Bring both toes together. And we're going to bring ourselves down. Knees are together into, not with the hands up. We're going to bring ourselves down to chair position. And then bring yourself up, prayer position. We're gonna go into a forward fold. Forward fold. Halfway lift. So your hands are gonna go to your shins and your back is straight. Your energy is shooting out through the crown of your head. And then forward fold again. One more time, let's bring it up to halfway lift. Breathing in. Making space in your abdomen here, activating your abdomen, and then forward fold. Let's bring our right foot back into, your right foot's going to be in a 45 degree angle, and you're going to go into warrior one. But hands are going to be by your side. Front knee is bent. into warrior two. So back foot is still at a 45. Gaze is over your left shoulder. Hands are still activated by your side. Pelvis is facing the side of your mat. And we're gonna come up. Your front knee is gonna come straight. And then we're gonna bring ourselves down. So you can use a block for this. You can use a block, still activating your core. Your shoulders opening up, but you're not going to raise it up into a triangle pose. We're gonna come right back up to a warrior two. And then we're gonna meet both feet at the front of our mat. Coming, both hands to heart center, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, and then our left foot is gonna shoot back into warrior one, activating those arms. Warrior two. Straightening out the front leg, maybe bringing the block. Shooting the left hip out. Shoulder, arms, your left arm stays down, but you're opening up that shoulder, that chest. Your gaze might be to the sky. And then bringing both feet together at the front of your mat. Hands come to prayer. We're gonna forward fold. We're in this forward fold. Bring your peace fingers to your big toes and pull down. If that's all right below your shoulders. So your elbows are shooting out to the side. Bringing release to your lower back. And then release. Halfway lift one more time. Forward fold. And then you're going to shoot your leg back into warrior one. Hands by your side, really activating that pelvis, your core muscles. Feeling the energy in your legs. They're working hard. And then let's straighten out our front leg. Both feet are gonna face the front. And we're gonna go into our goddess. So toes are facing out, heels are in. And we're gonna go right down into goddess. Hands are gonna stay down towards the front. And then up, down again, up. Hey, how about we do this? Down, so you're not moving your shoulders, bending your elbows, down, up, down, up. Connecting breath with this movement. And up. And one more time, down and up. Let's go facing the back of your mat into a warrior one. Breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to the wide edge of our mat. This time, toes are gonna face forward. Bring your hands to your hips and you're gonna hinge forward. Stopping here, midway, and then hinge all the way down. You might want to bring your hands to the mat, bending your right leg, and then bending your left leg. So you're doing lunges to the side and maybe sweeping your arms back and forth. And then just creating this movement with breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Like the waves in the ocean. A couple more here. And then we're gonna come back to neutral. You can grab opposite elbows if you like. Really pulling down towards your mat. Face the front of our mat in a low lunge. You can use your blocks here. Oops. If you'd like to use your blocks here. In a low lunge, chest is up. And we're going to try a little bit of a twist. So your right arm is going to stay on your block or the mat. And then you're going to look over your left shoulder. Coming back to neutral. You might want to release your blocks because you're going to come into Malasana. So your right foot is going to come up towards the edge of the mat, and you're going to squat right down into Malasana. If you need a block, that is totally fine. You can sit right there on a block. Bring your hands to heart center and really pushing your knees out with your elbow. All the way up to forward fold, keeping your legs on the wide edge of the mat, not the edge of the mat. Let's put our hands under our feet. Bring your left foot back, maybe bring those blocks back. Bring your chest up into a low lunge. Let's do that twist again. So either your hand comes to the mat or you keep your hand on that block. And then let's look over our right shoulder. All right, hands come to the mat. Don't put too much pressure on your shoulder. We're gonna go into Malasana again. So bring that foot to the edge of the mat and then hop your left foot to the other edge and sit right down into Malasana. Hands come to heart center. Moving in. Moving out. And releasing that lower back. Right on up, releasing the neck, heel-toe our feet together into mountain pose. Hands come to heart center. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. We're going to bring ourselves down to the mat. We're going to stretch out our feet one more time. I know it's a hard pose. So get those feet under, well, those toes, just like we did in the beginning of class. Sit on your heels, really stretching out bottoms of your feet. Does this feel different than the beginning of class? Does it feel more comfortable? Does it hurt more? One breath in and out and release. Tapping those feet on the mat. We're going to sit on our bottoms, shooting our feet out towards the front of the mat, bringing your right foot to your thigh, your left thigh. Really making yourself tall here, and then we're going to inch our way down, keeping our back straight. Inch our way right on down. Knees forward. Breathe in, creating space. Release, and then release your neck. Maybe focusing on the place in your body where you're holding tension, and breathe into that spot and release. Coming back up, switching sides. Really making yourself tall here. Breathing in, breathing out, we're inching our way right on down. Back is straight, and then release your neck. Coming on up, take your left leg and cross it over your right. We're going to bring your elbow over your leg, your bent knee, and look over your left shoulder. Switching sides. So right leg is bending over left leg. Then hooking your elbow to your right knee. Your gaze is going to go over your right shoulder. Breathing in length and exhaling twist. back, both feet towards the front of your mat. Lengthen that spine. We're going to inch our way down, keeping your back straight. And then release. Go to the wide edge of your mat, opening up your legs to the wide edge of your mat. If you'd like to use your blocks here, so I'm going to show you with your blocks, and then you can choose whether or not you want to use your blocks. So you can put your elbow right here. You can put your hand, put your head on your hand, and then our gaze is going to look up to the sky as we're opening up our chest to the sky. So your shoulder is going to go towards the back of your mat. You're opening, your heart is shining through here. Breathing in and out. And let's go to the other side. Up to neutral. So this one you can use your blocks if you'd like, or you don't have to. Inch your way down, keeping your feet facing forward, not forward, up. Inch forward. You can use your block here if you'd like to rest your chin. Breathe into this pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing into those places where you're holding all your tension, like your lower back. And then come on up. Bring your feet together, the bottoms of your feet together in Baddha Konasana. And we're going to inch our way down. Releasing your neck. You can use your blocks in this one too. You can also use your blocks here to give yourself more support. Rolling them on back up. Let's do a little cat-cow like we did in the beginning of our class. So we're going to stay in Baddha Konasana. Breathing in, arching your back, head is lifted. Breathing out, cat. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe All right. Bringing yourself onto your mat. Your legs are going to shoot forward. You're going to bring yourself right on down, slowly. So you're laying in corpse pose. Bring your knees up so your feet are on the mat. We're going to go into a reclined pigeon. So your right leg is going to come over your left. Your right ankle is going to come over your left thigh. And then maybe bounce out that right leg a bit. Getting your hips ready for some movement. And then clasping your hands behind your left leg. Bring your left knee a little bit closer to your chest. Flexing both feet. And maybe pushing your right knee away from your chest with your elbow, if that's possible. You can create some movement here, rocking back and forth. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in that positive energy, breathing out any energy that you don't want or need that use for. Release that. We're going to cross our legs as if we're sitting in a chair, and then you're going to release both knees to the left. Your gaze can be towards the right. You can have your arms out into a T depending on what feels comfortable to you. Back up, we're going to do reclined pigeon on the other side. So left ankle comes to right thigh. And bouncing out that left leg a little bit. Then bringing your right leg up, interlacing your hands behind your right leg, flexing both feet. Pulling your right leg towards your chest while you're pushing your left knee away from your chest with your elbow. And your chin is tucked just a little bit, so you're elongating your neck, the back of your neck. Great movement here if you like. Releasing, crossing that left leg over the right. Then we're going to twist over to the right. Arms can be at a T. Left shoulder. Coming back to neutral. Squeezing your knees towards your chest. Maybe bringing your chin up towards your knees, giving yourself a nice good squeeze. And then releasing, bring your feet all the way up, waterfall position. Maybe releasing the right leg down. left leg down, and then bringing it up, and then the right leg down, and then bringing it up, left leg down, up, both legs down, and then up. One more time, both legs down, and then up. Giving yourself a squeeze again, rocking back and forth. You're going to go into one last pose, which is bridge pose. So your knees are up. Try to get the backs of your foot to touch the tips of your fingers. It's okay if it doesn't, because that's the direction that we want to go into. We're going to breathe in, and then breathe out. And this time, let's breathe in, bring our pelvis up to the sky. And breathe out. Vertebrae by vertebrae, releasing all the way down to your mat. One more time. Breathe in. Come all the way up. And releasing one vertebrae at a time. And this is your time to do one last pose that you need to get into corpse pose, to get ready for Shavasana. It could be Happy Baby, it's my favorite. It could be Waterfall. Whatever you need, and we'll meet corpse pose, lying down on the mat. I'm going to sit up while you stay lying down on the mat so you can hear me better. So feel your body on the mat. Releasing any tension that you might be holding. Focusing on your toes. And releasing that tension, releasing that energy. Your feet. And release. Your legs. Release your hips, releasing any of that energy, your abdomen, core, chest, releasing all that energy, your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Letting all that energy go right into the earth. Your back, neck, face, head, ears. Release all that energy right into the earth. Breathing in love, and exhaling any energy that you don't need anymore. Shavasana. Start to bring awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe shaking your head left to right. When you're ready, rolling over to one side of your mat, using your hands as a pillow. Coming back to a seated position with your hands at heart center, in prayer position, eyes closed. Let's take one big collective breath together, breathing in, opening our mouth, breathing out. Breathing in gratitude for the time that you took to come here, self-care on your mat. Coming back to the intention that you made at the beginning of your class. Bringing awareness to the peace and love that we created here today. And maybe sending that peace and love and compassion out to a group of people or a person that really needs it today. And during your day today, whenever you need to, coming back to this feeling that you've created here, whenever you need it. Bringing your thumbs to your forehead. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you'll be able to use these modifications in your yoga practice. You can always come back to this session. It will be on YouTube. I will be adding more sessions. The next one is going to be focusing on not adding weight to our knees. And I'm also going to break down the poses in another session. So come back and join me. Like this if you like this video, subscribe if you like it, subscribe if you liked it, and be kind to yourself and be excellent to others. I'll see you next time.